Welcome to the weekly UAP report. This week we'll be looking at Jeremy Corbell's concerns around the upcoming November 13th UAP hearings, who we expect to testify at the hearings, a crazy mass UFO sighting over Poland, and more. But first, with news of Donald Trump's second term in office now being a reality, let's explore what this might mean for UFO disclosure over the next 4 years. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump might be a powerful ally in the push for UFO disclosure. In his recent Joe Rogan podcast appearance, he spoke about what he knows of, and I quote, people coming from space. When pushed to expand on what he knows, Trump went on to say that despite being a skeptic, he'd interviewed numerous Air Force pilots who'd seen bizarre objects, such as a round ball that flew at 4 times the speed of an F-22 fighter jet. When asked if he believes there are aliens visiting Earth, his response was that there's no reason to think there isn't life out there. In the same podcast, Trump spoke about the much talked about JFK files, and the fact that he planned to release them publicly as a priority when he returns to office. Let's just hope he's as interested in UAP transparency. Reddit user Paranormalnapolska shared footage of some extraordinary UFO sightings captured in Poland over the past week. The footage shows several bright objects in the sky, some of which are flashing while others are more static. The objects we're interested in here are in the middle of the shot. The surrounding objects are aircraft, most likely helicopters, presumably sent to intercept or investigate the strange phenomenon. As the video goes on, one of the helicopters appears to fly toward the strange cluster of objects, causing them to disperse into 5 or 6 individual orbs. The speed at which the objects seem to accelerate away from the moving helicopter is impressive. The incident, which was filmed near Warsaw, was witnessed by a large number of Polish citizens, with so many contacting Paranormalnapolska's Facebook page that he was quickly inundated. Despite this mass sighting and compelling recorded footage, there's been no coverage of the event on local Polish news channels, raising further speculation as to the true origin of the objects. Jeremy Corbell took to the airwaves to express his concerns over attempts to stop first-hand whistleblowers from testifying in the upcoming November 13th congressional UAP hearing.
We are in a crisis right now of journalism in America, and there are a lot of attempts right now to stop witnesses, first-hand whistleblowers to UAP, from testifying.
Despite the attempts to thwart the hearing, Corbell seems bullish that the hearing will continue, and no matter what, truths will come out.
Come hell or high water, the hearing is on. Nothing can stop it now. Nothing can. And truth and significant transparency regarding UAP is unstoppable. So what the American and global public does with that, that's up to them.
A Reddit user named Plunder Yadingi posted this incredible footage of a silent, fast-moving triangular object he spotted over Los Angeles. Despite the appearance that we're looking at a single triangular-shaped craft, upon closer inspection of the footage, it's clear to see one of the lights moving from one side of the formation to the other, suggesting that these are multiple objects flying in tight formation at high speed. To me, this is just as bizarre as a single triangular object. I'm not sure what could fly at these speeds, silently, in tight formation, while also maneuvering to change positions. This one has stirred up a bunch of interesting theories from the Reddit community, with everything from silent drones through to geese being thrown at the wall. Nobody seems to have a great answer on what we're looking at here, so what do you think they might be? An update on the November 13th UAP hearing was shared by ex-user Mike Disclosure, who claims Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet will be testifying about USOs, or underwater submerged objects. To date, sightings of mysterious objects flying in and out of the water, as well as submerged objects performing incredible feats, have commonly been talked about as part of wider UAP sighting claims from military personnel. This, however, would be the first time light has been shined on the subject as part of a congressional hearing, so it will be fascinating to see what evidence is put forward. Mike goes on to claim that an ex-US Special Forces member will be testifying about a mysterious black triangular object encountered on the ground. Whether this means the object was flying but was sighted from the ground, or whether the object was actually on the ground is unclear. Either way, it's really interesting to see this hearing will likely include testimony about more than just flying objects. And in our final UAP news story for this week, a 2013 video has surfaced of an extremely close UFO encounter filmed in Michigan. The video starts, as many do, with a bright light hovering in the sky. Yet as the video goes on and we get a clearer look at the light, we see a clear saucer shape hovering silently in the sky. Later in the video, the object hovers directly over a car, turning slowly as it does so, before climbing and ultimately disappearing completely. Note the reflections on the car below, suggesting this probably wasn't superimposed or otherwise edited into the video. The sharing of this footage prompted another video to be shared, filmed in November of the same year but this time over Georgia. While the footage isn't as clear, it shows what looks to be a very similar bright white object in the sky. Interestingly, helicopters can be heard nearby, which witnesses claim were military aircraft swarming the object. And yet another video surfaced of the same object again in 2013, but this time over Ohio. In this video we can see a very clear view of the object which looks identical to the one filmed in the original video. So could this all be a very elaborate hoax? Or could this be some of the clearest and most compelling UFO footage ever recorded? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. That's everything for this week's roundup. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe and whack the bell icon to make sure you don't miss next week's. Until next time.